You're watching eBlock.
Quarantine edition.
Where Mr. Freeman tries to get us to grow plants inside.
Today we are looking at planting tomatoes so that we can have nice fresh tomatoes directly from our yard. Traditionally, tomatoes that you buy in the store are not actually designed to taste great. They're designed to travel well and to have a nice bright red color and be this circular shape so that they fit well onto shelves. My preference is to plant heirloom tomatoes whenever I can. These are original form of tomatoes. They can be a variety of colors. They tend to have a better flavor, and they're just a nice one to have. So these, in addition to cherry tomatoes or other forms like plum tomatoes, can be really good for making sauces. Here we have our standard tomato plant. This one is actually an heirloom variety. And when you plant a tomato, you want to make sure you plant it with support. So to have a basket like this, eventually this tomato will grow up to fill the basket, and I'll have to add about a 6-foot pole or bamboo pole in order to allow the tomato to climb up it. I'll have to tie it off to it, but it'll also allow it to optimize the amount of light and growth it can get. These yellow flowers are where the tomatoes will form. Ideally, these will be pollinated by a bee, but we do have a decrease in our amount of honeybees right now. And so coming out and even just kind of tapping the flowers and mimicking what a bee would do can ensure that these get pollinated. When it comes to growing a tomato, you get these small little sucker plants that come up in between. So these are, here's your main stem and then the main leaf, and then this small little sucker plant actually takes energy from the plant. So we can remove these, and then that allows most of the energy to go towards the flower and then the green tomato. When it comes to planting a tomato, our ideal is to go and look at how to plant it. And most people, when they're planting a tomato, simply go and plant it to the depth that it came in the pot. But the ideal way to plant a tomato is to actually plant it up to this level. So the little leaves that you see are called the seed leaves, and we want to cover those up completely. And then the small little hairs and nodes that are at the bottom of the stem are actually going to turn into roots. So if I cover it up to this level in soil, then I'll have extra roots, which means more nutrients and more water for the tomato. So I'm going to move my soil a little bit deeper, plant this in, keep the soil loose around it, and now I have it at a depth where there'll be more root growth, and I'll be able to have the green part of the tomato that I want to develop come on up. Tomatoes take a ton of water, and so it's important to keep them well watered and to go and make sure that they have lots of support for growth. And ideally, we'll be eating fresh tomatoes in about a month to a month and a half.